How are you today?
Awesome.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, I'm great.
You
How
know-
are you doing? I'm assuming you're doing really good.
Yeah, I do. I tell you, Niko brought me a Bobby water from Sonic.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. You knew what to get.
Yeah. So how'd you know exactly what to get? Someone give you all the ingredients?
So Cappy, my manager, told me that you and your girl got your own drink at Sonic.
Well, we made it ourselves. It's not like a bootleg
it's
drink.
Not like,
yeah.
It's not on the menu.
Yeah, Sonic wants nothing to do with it yet. But yeah, he brought it. It's water with extra ice, nerds, fruit in it. So I told him that's super nice. You thought about me. So I tell you what, why I wanted you to come on the show today was I was in Virginia on a corn farm this last weekend, and I'm in the combine, and we're driving, and we're, cutting the corn down. I'm learning how the whole process works. And there's a bigger radio on the combine, and the farmer who I'm with, who owns the combines, he's like, "Hey, what do you want to listen to?" And I was like, "Well, whatever you have up here." He had the radio stations, he had satellite, he had streaming. And I said, "What do you like?" And he started listening to some songs he liked. And he said, "You know what song I really like?" And he had listed all kinds of the formats of all kinds of songs. He's like, "I like, Biggie. I like some of the Delta Blues." He goes, "You know what song I like though? I like that song Good Time by Niko Moon." And I was like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, that's my jam right now." And I was like, "Man, that's awesome." So
That's
a
awesome.
corn farmer randomly brought you up as we're inside a combine, and he loves that song Good Time. So I'm so glad you're here. Would you play, because I want to play the song in a second, the full version, but would you play a verse and chorus, A Good Time, for our listeners here?
Yeah, of
Niko
course.
has his guitar here with us. How long ago did you write this song?
Man, this song, every path of a song is kind of like takes a different little turn. This one was a really long time coming. It's probably about a 3-year in the making song.
Is that right?
I started it about 3 years ago with my buddies Mark Trussell and Jordan Minton here in town. And then 2 years later, I decided I wanted to kind of make that step from being a songwriter, producer, into being an artist. And I remembered that song we wrote a couple years back. And I showed it to my wife, who's my co-writer on all my stuff. And we write everything together. And I was like, this song was so cool. And I feel like it's such like my vibe and my little heart, like what I like to say with my country music. But if we could like make a couple tweaks, then it would just be perfect for me. And so we made the tweaks and recorded it. So yeah, it was like four years in the making.
That's crazy.
Sometimes it's like 4 hours and sometimes it's 4 years.
Niko's also written, before we hear about your story real quick, you wrote Keep Me in Mind with Zach Brown.
Keep me in mind.
He has 4
Somewhere down the road.
number ones with Zach Brown. Which jam? This song's a jam. You have Homegrown 2015. You have one that you and Zach wrote called Beautiful Drug 2015.
Beautiful joke. Can't get enough.
And Loving You Easy. Here you go.
Make loving you easy.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you.
You must be rolling in it over here. Dang, come on now.
I have a lot of fun helping other artists kind of like fully realize themselves. Songwriting is just such a integral part of what I love to do with music. It was the first thing I started doing. And yeah, like when I write for somebody, it's almost like I try to pretend like I'm them. So like when I write with Zach, like I'll put on my little imaginary beanie and my imaginary leather vest and my imaginary 5 kids. And then I'll be like, all right, what's important to me now? But it's fun now because now I'm just doing my thing. And
yeah, like a method actor, method songwriter.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But now I'm doing my thing and I'm not putting on anything imaginary. I'm just kind of being myself.
What? So I know you were born in Texas and you moved to Georgia as a kid. Do you consider yourself more of a Texan or a Georgian? Like
Both.
Come on, which one? If they're like, where are you from? What do you say?
Georgia.
Yeah, where in Georgia?
Douglasville. So it's about an hour outside of Atlanta. And it's a big reason why my music has the vibe that it has, because I grew up in the country, but I was only an hour from Atlanta. So out there, I mean, where I grew up, actually, I'm maybe 10 minutes from Travis Tritt. I used to see him around town sometimes. And then Alan Jackson was about 30 minutes south of me. So those were like my country heroes growing up. But I was getting that influence of Outkast and Yin Yang and all that from Atlanta too. And I just loved the way that their drums hit. But Alan and Travis, those were the guys that were telling my life with their lyrics. And, my goal in high school was like, how can I blow up these little speakers in the back of my S10 truck, and Outkast would do that. But Alan and Travis were literally saying my life with their lyrics. So I always wanted to like figure out how to make country music, but make it hit.
You have parents that are still songwriters? Are they songwriters?
Yeah, they're both songwriters.
And you wanted to do that. You see the struggle of it, and you still were like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, they did it for fun. And some of my first memories are like crawling in the living room as a baby and watching them sitting Indian style in the living room, like writing songs together. So I was literally born into it. And they really raised me with this deep, deep appreciation for songwriting and the craft of making music. And my dad's a gigantic John Prine fan.
Did he work with John Prine for a bit?
No,
Your dad didn't work with him at all?
He's a drummer. He's a musician and played with a lot of people, but he never played with John. Just a big fan of John. And so if that was probably the first song I ever heard, it was probably a John Prine song.
What about Chris Christopherson?
No, he
This
never
is what it
played
says
with.
about you. Hold on. This is my.
These are just
Are these random facts on Wikipedia that people get wrong? This is what it says. His dad was a part-time musician and played for artists like John Prine and Chris Christopherson. Are you saying this is a lie?
This is a lie.
This is a lie. We debunked
Fake
it here
news.
first. That's fake news. You're one of the guys too that I look at and I'm so jealous of because you are an athlete as well.
Yeah, damn. All right, yeah, you've gone deep.
And so you had an athletic scholarship at Stanford University. Is that true?
Yeah, I got a full ride.
For what?
Track.
Are you kidding me? You guys drive me nuts that are so good at everything. You hear writing songs. You look like an indie country guy. You got your tattoos. You live the lifestyle for sure. And then you're like, yeah, I was a division track star. I could have got it for. I'm like, what did you do bad? You're a good looking guy. You got it all, man.
Oh,
that is.
Well, I'll tell you this. I flunked out of college on my full ride because I had a 0.2 GPA because I never went to class because I was too busy being in my room learning how to play songs. And yeah, like that's when the passion to really want to be an artist hit me was my freshman year of college. And I just didn't want to go to class. And
So there, Bobby, you have that on him. You went to class every day.
I did every day. Dang it! And you're the big star. And I'm not. So what does that tell you? You made your Opry debut on October 10th, and that has to. I know what it's like to hop in that circle for the first time. Was it nuts to you? Like
it was the most amazing, epic experience I've had in my career so far. I mean, every country artist who's ever meant something to me, who's ever influenced me, stood on that piece of wood. And I told everybody when I walked in, I was like, it's crazy because it's just a piece of wood. Like, there's nothing special about the wood itself, but at the same time, it's the most special spot in country music because of everyone who stood here.
How'd you feel about your performance?
I felt good about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was nervous. I was sweating up a storm, but of course, I'm probably my biggest critic, and there's definitely a couple moments where I'm like, I could have done that better, But in general, I'm happy with myself.
Niko Moon is here. We're going to play a song, Good Time, right now. You know what we do later in the year? We do the St. Jude Radiothon. And I always invite my favorite artists to come play, and we raise money for St. Jude. So I like to extend the invitation to you now. If in December you want to come back and play a couple songs and raise some money for the kids, we'd love that.
Yeah, I would love to. Anytime I can do anything to help St. Jude, I'm there for it. I mean, what an unbelievable organization.
All right, so we'll see you in December. But right now, I'm going to play Niko Moon. This is Good Time. I'm going to throw this to my corn farming buddy PJ out there, too, who loves this song. And we'll come back in 1 second.